Okay, solubility rules and precipitation reactions. All right, if you do not have this solubility table, it is on Canvas or get one from me. All right, and you have seen this before. All right, so for each of the following reactions, use a solubility chart to determine if the products in each of the reaction are a precipitate or soluble. For each product, use the S symbol, meaning solid, to indicate a precipitate solid, and we're going to the symbol AQ, which means aqueous, for a soluble product. So let's recall AQ means a solution made with water. So here we've got two compounds. Okay, it's telling me they're aqueous solutions. They're both liquids made with water, and it's going to produce this solid lead iodide and this aqueous sodium nitrate. All right, so what is a precipitate? You've heard that word before, precipitate. So let's look back here. All right, so a precipitate is when you have two aqueous solutions, okay, and you put them together, and one of them falls out. Okay, so right here, just like rain or snow falls from the sky, a precipitate in a precipitation reaction is a solid that falls to the bottom of the reaction's container. And if you choose to do this lab, you will see this happen. Okay, they're just special types of double replacement reactions, so they're all double replacement, and are both ionic compounds dissolved in water, and one of the products that forms cannot dissolve in water, so it is said to be insoluble. The reactants are called aqueous because they are dissolved in water, and the insoluble product is called the precipitate because it falls to the bottom. All right. So, and then to figure out if it is a precipitate, we're going to use our handy dandy chart here to figure that out. All right. So, like on number 1, we've got this aqueous sodium nitrate, this aqueous potassium chloride. So we're going to figure out if one of these is going to form a precipitate. Now, you'll never have two solids formed. One is always a liquid, or both can be a liquid. All right, so we're going to use this chart. Potassium nitrate, we already know from the example up here, potassium nitrate is an aqueous solution, but let's look. We go potassium, we find it on our chart, and we go down till we find nitrate, and it says soluble, right? So soluble, what are we going to do? We're going to put the symbol AQ out there if it's soluble. Even if it's slightly soluble, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to put AQ here to indicate that's going to be a liquid. Okay, now let's look at our silver chloride. So silver's here, and then we've got chlorine here, so we're going to follow that across, and it says right here, insoluble. All right, insoluble. So that's going to form the solid precipitate. So this one is our solid. So that's what I need you to do. Figure out which ones are aqueous solutions, which ones are the solids by using the solubility table. All right. So right here, I think I only gave you ones that say soluble or insoluble. I don't think I gave you any that say slightly soluble. Okay, so it's pretty cut and dry here. Let me know if you have any questions.